Hey y'all, what's up? It's Julie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. If you are new here, like I said, my name is Julie and I really appreciate you deciding to click on one of my videos. And if you are a returning viewer, then I really appreciate you deciding to click on another one of my videos. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, is going to be a WIP Parade / 2021 wrap-up video. I have some finishes, WIPs, and then projects that I'm not going to continue with to show today. I actually already did film this video once. I filmed it on December 30th with hopes that I could get it up by that night or the 31st. But that just didn't happen. My phone was saying that my storage was full, which wasn't true. I didn't have that much stuff on my phone, and I was deleting a bunch of things to try to free up some storage, and it just wasn't working, so I couldn't download the edited version of my video. And I knew something was just like wrong with my phone because, like I said, wasn't very much stuff on there. I was comparing like my storage settings to other people, like my mom and my boyfriend and my sister all have more stuff on their phone than I do, and their storage was less than mine. So I knew something was just like wrong with my phone. So I backed up everything to iCloud, and then I reset my phone like back to factory settings. And then once I logged back into iCloud, everything came back, all my pictures, videos, apps, everything came back, except for that 2021 wrap-up / WIP Parade that I had filmed. So I'm filming it again. That's okay. It's okay to upload it into the year WIP Parade at the beginning of the year, right? So anyways, I have three finishes, 15 or 16 WIPs, and then 4 projects that I'm not going to continue with. So yeah, it has been a while since my last video. I think it was before Thanksgiving, so I hope you all have had a very good holiday season if you celebrate. Hope you had a good New Year's Eve, whether you stayed in or went out. Yeah, my holidays were good. After Thanksgiving break, I went back to school and had my finals. If you don't know, I am a junior in college. I'm studying to be a secondary education teacher in history. And so, yeah, I got all A's in my classes this semester, which is good, obviously. And then after that, I went up and saw my boyfriend at his college. Our colleges are about 2 hours away, and our colleges happened to be playing basketball against each other that weekend, so we got to watch that. And then I came back home, worked a lot, not a lot, I worked some, and then I was also working on a blanket that I made him for Christmas. And so I just wasn't stitching a lot. Once he came home, because we are from the same town, that's how we met, we've just been hanging out a lot since we're 20 minutes away from each other instead of 2 hours. We've been taking advantage of that, and also the fact that we have a lot less going on. So yeah, I just haven't done very much stitching, but I think I only worked on 1 project since my last video. But it's a good thing that this is a WIP Parade and not an update, because I have lots of projects to show today. Yeah, okay, so I guess we're gonna start with finishes. Oh, also, the first time I filmed this video, I had put my WIPs in order, somewhat of an order from their start date, but I left the list back at college because the first time I filmed this, I filmed it at college because that's where most of my projects were. I had left them up there. It's only like 50 minutes away, so it's not that big of a deal. But anyways, I drove up there, filmed the video, left my projects there, and then I drove back home, edited the video here, and that's when the phone stuff started to happen. The video got deleted. So then I had to drive back up to college and get my projects. But I left the list that I'd written down of their order. I left it back at college. So they're not an exact order of start date, but they are in somewhat of what I could remember. And also, I've only really been stitching since 2020, so they are like grouped up in 2020 starts and 2021 starts, which is good enough for me. So this video is probably going to be a little bit less organized than it was the first time I filmed it, but that's okay. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna start with finishes. The first one is Long Dog Sampler's Pandemic. I was gonna say this is what it looks like when it's done, but I guess I don't need to put it in since I do have it done. This was a free pattern for a week, I believe. When it first came out, that's when I downloaded it and started it like the same day. So this was June 2020 is when I started this. This is on, or I guess I'll show it first. Yeah, so I finished this February 2021. Let me hold it the right way. Here it is. I love this project so much. I loved working on it, and I love looking at the finished piece. It's just, it's so nice. This is on 18 count Ada from Michaels. I believe it's like the color oatmeal. Oh, let me get this closer. Yeah, I just love this so much. I think it's so pretty. I did choose the colors myself because it is charted as one color. It's all DMC. If you want to know the colors I used, let me know. I don't have it like with me right now, but I can figure it out and let you know. But yeah, basically how I decided where to put what colors, I screenshotted a picture of the chart, and then I just used the colors on like an iPhone. You can mark up on pictures, so I just used the colors in there to kind of like mark where I wanted what colors. So that's kind of how I did it. And I'll also say I started this, like I said, June 2020, and I had only really been stitching since March 2020. And yeah, so if you're a new stitcher, just know it's okay to start big projects. It's one stitch at a time and you can do it. So anyways, here it is. I just really like it. I just want to keep looking at it. Like, I just keep looking at like all the little different details, and it's just so, it's just so nice. I really want to start another long dog soon, hopefully, because I really do like working on, I mean, this is the only one I've done, but I liked working on it, so I'm sure I would like the other charts from Long Dog Sampler. But yeah, so that is the first finish. Okay, the next two finishes are both from Country Cottage Needleworks, I'm pretty sure. Let me double check that. Yeah, Country Cottage Needleworks, and they are the sampler of the month collection thing. So I guess I don't need to show that. So I have January and February finished. I had planned at the beginning of 2021, so these were 2021 starts and finishes. I had planned to, you know, keep up with the months and do all of them, and I only have January and February, so. But here's January's. I mean, they're such little patterns, like they don't take long. I'm pretty sure I did this one in like 3 days. So I don't really have an excuse for why I don't have the other ones, but they're so cute. I love these little snowmen. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of, I wish I had a reason for why I don't have the other ones. But anyways. Okay, so, and then I also have Februaries. I really liked this one because pink is my favorite color, so I enjoyed working on this one, but yeah, the little house and the cakes. Oh, it's just so cute. But yeah, I do have March started. It's the tiniest start ever. You'll see that once I start the WIPs, but anyways, those are the only two I have done. And hopefully, eventually I will do the rest of them, because I would really like to like rotate these and have them as decoration. But yeah, also this is like on the called for fabric. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I can tell you what it is when I get to the March one in my WIPs, because I'm pretty sure I have the tag on the fabric of that one. But anyways, it is the called for. I think this is linen, not Ada. think it's linen. I don't know. We'll see once I get to the March one. But, okay. Anyways. So, those are all my finishes for 2021, which is kind of sad. But I didn't do as much stitching this year as I would have liked, I feel like. And I also have a lot of big projects. So, or at least that's where I spend most of my time, is on big projects. So, yeah. 3 finishes for a year. I'm okay with that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna do projects that I don't plan on finishing, since there's only 4 of them, and then we'll go to WIPs. So 3 of these projects are actually stitch-alongs. So clearly I'm not very good at doing stitch-alongs, but it's okay. So the first one is actually like a blackwork pattern. It is Peppermint Purple's stitch-along from 2020. Here it is. It's so pretty. I picked the colors. I think it's really nice, but I just didn't keep up with it. And I don't think that blackwork is my favorite. It's still called blackwork even though it's in color, right? I'm pretty sure it's still called blackwork. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I prefer to do cross stitch, even though I do think it's so pretty. Like, oh, that box just looks so nice. And that one too. But yeah, I didn't keep up with it, and I'm pretty sure at this point I couldn't finish it even if I wanted to, because I'm pretty sure after the year is over, the patterns get deleted from Facebook. Oh, this is a Facebook stitch along, so if you want to join the 2022 one, just search up Peppermint Purple Sal 2022. I think that's the group name. And it's a free, like, you get the patterns for free. But after the year's over, I'm pretty sure they get deleted, so I don't even think I could finish this if I wanted to. But yeah, there it is. It's kind of sad because it is really pretty, but yeah, it is what it is. And this is on 18 count Aida. Pretty much everything I do is on 18 count Aida, because it's the easiest to get and it's the cheapest, so yeah. But the next project that I don't plan on finishing is Stitchonomy's Halloween Sal from 2020. Here it is. I do think that it's so cute, and the like patterns in the boxes don't take very long. I think when I was doing it, I was doing like multiple a day. But yeah, I just didn't keep up. I think I have 12 days out of 31. So yeah, I don't know. I bought the kit, so this is like the fabric it came with, and then I was using the threads it came with, and yeah. I do think I could finish this. I think the patterns were emailed, so I could probably go back and find them and finish this if I want to. I mean, I'm not going to throw it away, so if I ever do feel like finishing it, maybe I will. But for now, I'm going to put it in the pile that I'm not going to finish it, because I don't really feel like it. Okay. The next one that I don't plan on finishing is a pattern that I charted on one of those like charting websites. It's a picture of Harry Styles. So here is like the mock-up. As you can see, it's very, very grainy. And I just don't think it's going to turn out very well. It's probably like 25%, a little bit over. No, it's probably like a little bit over a third of the way done. So here it is. This was my first attempt at full coverage stitching, because this is probably, I think this is the second project that I ever attempted to do cross stitch wise. The first one was a kit from Walmart, and then I went straight in because I found out you could chart your own pictures, and I tried it, and yeah, it's actually, the back isn't terrible. But yeah, I just don't think it's gonna turn out that well, and I don't know, I just wasn't enjoying it that much, so I haven't worked on it. I didn't work on it at all this year. So yeah, I'm done with it. It's fine. Okay, so then the last project in the I'm not gonna finish this pile is the Linen and Thread Stitch Along 2021, which I'm pretty sure they changed their Stitch Along name to Fox and Rabbit Stitch Along, because that's like the company name. So if you're searching for the 2022 one, it is a Facebook group, and it should be under Fox and Rabbit Stitch Along, I think. But anyways, this is the 2021 one. I think that this is a beautiful pattern, and I love the colors that I chose, but the issue is that I didn't write down what colors I was using, which was just really stupid, but I didn't. So I don't know what colors I was using, and then I got really behind, and now I have no idea. So I can't really finish it because I'm not going to pick up random colors, and I don't really feel like trying to like find the color match. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll restart this one day and try to like replicate colors, but anyways, like I said, I think it's a beautiful pattern and I love the colors. So yeah, I wish that I had kept up with that and actually knew what colors I was using. Okay, so on to the whips. Like I said, I think there's 15 or 16 of them, and I did try to put them in somewhat of an order from when they were started. It's probably not perfect, but I will do the 2020 starts first and then 2021 starts. I think there's only 3 from 2021 because I didn't start that much in 2021, so yeah. And where I have it, which should be for most of them, I will put what it looks like at the beginning of 2021. They'll probably mostly be screenshots from my WIP parade last year, so you can see the progress I've made this year. The first WIP is this one. It's called Butterflies from Stitch Rovia, which is an Etsy shop, and I believe the owner's name is Emma Congdon. I don't see it on here, but oh yes it is. Emma Congdon is the designer name, and yeah, I love this pattern. I love butterflies, and I love how colorful it is. So here's where it was at the beginning of 2021, and this one did not get very much progress, which is kind of sad because I do love it, but it's okay. So here it is now. You're probably like, what's the difference? I did work on this butterfly, I'm pretty sure, like this whole bottom half, and then also this tiny little start on this butterfly up here. So not much, but it's so nice. I love this so much. I think this one right here is my favorite of the butterflies, or maybe this big one is really nice too, and that one too. But yeah, I love this pattern. I love the butterflies. Hopefully this gets more work in 2022. And this is on 18 count Ada with the called for DMC. And sorry, I will be putting them back in the bags as I go along so that I don't have a big mess at the end of the video. Okay, so the next WIP is a Heaven and Earth design. It is Minnie the Mountain Cabin by Dominic Davison. Here's what it will look like when it is finished. And then what it looked like at the beginning of the year. This one has had a lot of progress in 2021. I am so happy with what it looks like. So let me show you. Here it is. It's just, I think it's so pretty. Oh, isn't that so nice? I love like the mountain coming, like this mountain that's behind the cabin, the start of the cabin, the colors in the sky. I just love every part of this. I will say this is the mini version. Looking back, I kind of wish I would have done the regular version so that the detail would be a little bit better. But I'm not mad at it. I still think it's really pretty. I love this a lot. And obviously it was a lot faster stitching it since it is the mini version. I mean, maybe there's a lot of confetti in it, but yeah, let's see what Pattern Keeper says. So I use the app Pattern Keeper to do my full coverage projects. So this one is 44.4% done. So almost halfway. Here's what it looks like on Pattern Keeper. So if you don't know, this is what I've done, and all this white space is what is left to do. So yeah, it's almost halfway. I mean, 44, I guess, is kind of close to halfway. I've done 33,371 stitches out of 75,000 stitches, so yeah. I love this one. I think it's so pretty. Let me show you it one more time. Yeah, I just love it. And this is also on 18 count oatmeal Aida from Michaels. So I hope this one continues to get lots of progress in 2022. I mean, I hope all of them do, but that's not realistic. Okay, so this is another Stitch Rovia design. Like I said, the designer's name is Emma Congdon. You can get these patterns on Etsy. And this one is Summertime, so that's what it will look like when it is finished. And then also what it looked like at the beginning of 2021. And here is what it looks like now. So I finished out this sunshine part and then did this one, which will say Summertime. I love this pattern. The colors are so bright and very summery. And I also just, like, it's fun to do like the little blocks because I feel like mini finishes every single time. So this one's really fun to work on. And once again, this is 18 count Aida with the called for DMC. Okay. This next WIP is a Dimensions kit from the Gold collection. And it's called Quiet Night. Sorry about the glare. There is snow on the ground, so the glare from the sun is pretty bad, but there it is. And this one was almost put in the I'm not going to finish this pile, but I decided not to. Here it was at the beginning of 2021, which I'm pretty sure it looks exactly the same. I think I did work on this like one day, but you probably won't be able to see the difference. So anyways, here it is now. I think I did like this gray part and maybe some of the blues, but yeah, there it is. And the reason that I almost put this in the I don't want to finish this pile is because I don't like doing all of this dark blue stitching on the dark blue fabric, and I also kind of find Dimensions kits like hard to read. I don't know if anyone else feels like that, but I don't know why. But anyways, so I did some of the dark blue stitching, as you can see maybe right there, but I just don't enjoy it. So what I decided is that I'm going to take out those few stitches and just leave the background the dark blue fabric. Because I think that will make it a little bit less, not intimidating, but I think it will make it more enjoyable if I don't do the dark blue stitching. So I will do the trees and then like the snowflakes. But yeah, it won't have mountains. It will just be a dark blue sky. So yeah. I don't know though. If I don't work on this at all in 2022, I might just get rid of it because, yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite to work on. But I think it will be really pretty if I do finish it, so I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so the next one is another Heaven and Earth design. It is Believe by Sue Miller. So here's what it will look like when it is finished. I know I started this one July 2020 because it was like a Christmas in July start. And then here's what it looked like at the beginning of 2021. And then this is the only one I worked on since my last video, so I will also put in a picture from my last video so you can see the progress since then. And here it is now. So I feel like since it's the only one I worked on, it did get a good amount of progress. Although this has so much confetti in it. There's probably like 8 different blues just in this one corner. So I feel like it does take a lot longer than, like, I don't know. I feel like this page has taken me a long time. But it does have a lot of confetti, so yeah. But I love the way you can like really start to see the tree, this little bow in the tree. And I really do enjoy working on this, even though there's a lot of confetti and a lot of blues. But yeah, it's fun to see it come together. Once again, this is on 18 count Aida. I do kind of wish that I would have started it on like an oatmeal Aida, like this one's on, because there's a lot of white stitches in this pattern later on, like once we get into like the snow, which is not going to be very fun doing white stitches on white fabric, but it is what it is, because I'm not going to restart it, so yeah. But anyways, there it is. Let's see what Pattern Keeper says. Okay, let me zoom out. So this is 3.9%. And that is, I've done 6,375 stitches out of 163,100 stitches. And here it is on Pattern Keeper. So like I said, this little bit right here is what I've done, and all of that white is what I have left to do. So yeah, that's gonna be so fun. Yeah, so all of that pink that's highlighted right now is 3865, which is a bright white color. So yeah, that's gonna be really fun to do on white fabric. But yeah, it is what it is. I like it. Okay. The next one is a Country Cottage Needleworks pattern, which is Let Us Rejoice. Here it is. I could take it out of the plastic so there's not a glare, but it's okay. It says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it." It's Psalms 118:24. I love the white house and the little trees. I think it's so cute. I am doing this on blue Aida. It's I think this one's 16 count, or maybe even 14. I think it's 14. Oh, here it was at the beginning of the year, which actually I think is going to be the exact same that it is now, because I don't think I worked on this at all in 2021. So yeah, there it is. I think it's the exact same. I just have, this is the day that, and this little floral banner. So yeah, but I do think that the white house will look so good on this blue color. So yeah, there's that one. Like I said, this is just 14 count Aida from Michaels, with once again the called for DMC. I think it's, yeah, called for DMC. I can't ziplock. There we go. Okay, next one is Rosewood Manor, Dreaming of Mums. There it is. I love this one. Like I said, pink is my favorite color, and I love flowers. So this one is really nice. I really like this one. Here it was at the beginning of 2021. I think I only worked on this like once or twice. But here it is. I believe I did this flower and maybe that one. or maybe I did something down here. But yeah, I think this is so pretty. I'm not using the called for this one. It is charted in Weeks Dye Works, but I converted it to DMC. So this one I actually did write down my conversion colors, so go me. This is on 18 count sand Aida. I got it from 123 Stitch. I'm not sure. Here's the tag for it. 18 count sand Aida. Oh, the start date's on here. April 5th, 2020. So this one was actually way out of order from start date. I thought it was more closer to like the summer of 2020, but it was April apparently. So yeah. Super pretty. Really, really hope I can get some more work on this year. And if I ever do finish this, then I would love to do some of the other ones. I know there's like a sunflower one, and I know there's other ones too, but anyways, yeah, because this, I just love these patterns. They're so pretty. Okay. This next one is a tiny little project that I should absolutely have finished. I don't have an excuse for why it's not finished, but it is an Etsy design. I think it's called Lavender Bookmark, and I can't remember the name of the designer right now, but I will put it on the screen, and I'll also put what it will look like when it's finished. And this one was one that I was taking to work when I worked at the middle school last year. If you don't know, I worked at a middle school for the 2020-2021 school year because my school was all online, so I was able to work. And so I would take this to work on it in the mornings in like my car if I got there early. So I guess that's kind of why it's not finished, because I stopped doing that. So I stopped having that time in the morning to work on it. But anyways, here's what I did of it. And this is going to be a huge bookmark because I am doing this on, I think it's 11 count Aida, so it's going to be huge, but that's okay. I can't even remember what this pattern looks like. I don't know how much left of it I have. I know this little ladybug is not finished, and I'm sure there's like, I think there's like other stuff down here to do, but yeah, the bees are so cute. And I think this is going to be so cute when it's done, if I ever finish it. And there's probably like maybe a day or two left of stitching to finish it. So I just need to like do it, but that lives in this little butterfly bag. How cute is that? I just love butterflies. So okay, so the next WIP is another Etsy design. It's from Space Cat Patterns. I believe it's just called Harry Styles. And once again, I don't really have an excuse for why this isn't finished. It's a small pattern. It would be so easy to just do in probably like 1 or 2 days. But yeah, and I'm not even going to put a picture up of what it was at the beginning of 2021 because I didn't work on it at all, so it's the exact same. Here it is. So if you don't know, Harry Styles is a singer. He came out of the band One Direction, and he now has 2 solo albums. I went to 2 of his concerts this year, one in September and one in October. The September one, I had actually bought the tickets back in 2019, and then it was supposed to be in 2020, got canceled, rescheduled for 2021, and it was able to happen. I actually ended up getting front row, which I didn't expect. I did get pit tickets, which is like where you stand like closer to the stage instead of having like an assigned seated seat. Does that make sense? So I knew I was going to be pretty close, but I never would have expected that I would be front row. But basically how it worked was people that had the pit tickets were able to line up at 5 a.m. to get wristbands that were numbered, so that later in the day when you came back, we lined up by those numbers, and that's like how you were allowed in, was like by your number. So we lined up at 5 a.m. in DC, and I was like I think I was number 182, which I thought was not going to be a very good like chance that I would get front row with that number, but I did end up, me and my sister ended up front row. It was so cool. So yeah, and then in October he came close to where I live again, and 2 days before the concert I bought tickets, and well, a ticket. I went by myself. And that time I did have like I was in like a seated section, so, but it was still an amazing experience. He puts on a great show. I mean, I'm a little bit biased because I love Harry Styles, but it was a good show. And yeah. So anyways, back to the cross stitching. I don't have a reason for why this isn't finished. It's just like his other arm and then the pants. And this pose and like the outfit and stuff is from the cover of his second album. So anyways, this wouldn't take very long to finish if I would just do it, but that's the story for a lot of them, so. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit this video a lot more than I had to edit the first time I filmed this because I keep messing up, but I think it's gonna be longer than it was the first time I filmed it, which is interesting because normally when I have to film a video twice, the second version is always a lot shorter, but this one might actually be longer than the first time, so that's interesting. But anyways, the next WIP is from Cooler Classic Charts. The design is by Sandy Orton, and it's called Autumn Sampler. I love this pattern. There's just so much detail in it, and like every time I look at it, there's just like something new that catches my eye. So I love this pattern a lot. Here it was at the beginning of 2021. I'm not sure how much I worked on it, but here it is now. I think I might restart this one though, because when I started it, I didn't have all of the called for DMC colors, so I was kind of just like picking from my stash what kind of looked close from the picture, which is fine and it looks fine, but the problem is that I wasn't writing down what colors I was using, just like that Linen and Thread Stitch Along. I'm really bad at writing things down, so I think I'm going to restart this with the actual called for colors so that doesn't happen again. But yeah, if I do restart it, I don't want to have to buy a new fabric, so I will probably either unpick this before I restart it, or I'll flip the fabric around and restart it over here and then eventually pick that out. Because I think if I tell myself to pick this out first, I will never restart it. Because I do not like picking out stitches. I actually hate it a lot. So I think I just need to like restart this on the other side of the fabric and like slowly unpick that. But yeah. So there's that one. And also, originally when I started this, I was thinking like, this was back when I was in elementary school education. I was like, how cute would this be in my future classroom? Now I'm not so sure since I'll be a high school teacher. I mean, I guess it would still work. It does have like the ABCs on it and like a crayon. But I don't know. It could still work in a high school classroom maybe. I don't know. When it's done in like 20 years. The next WIP is from Imaginating, but I did get it off 123 Stitch, and the design is by Diane Arthurs, and it's called Happy Harvest Scarecrow. So cute. Here it was at the beginning of 2021. This one did get a good amount of progress towards the end of the year. So, oops, here it is now. So yeah, pretty much before I only had like from his head up and a little bit of the owl, I think. But yeah, so I did do a lot on this. There we go. It's so cute, and it's pretty fast to stitch. The pattern is super easy to read, and there's a lot of like color blocks, so yeah, it is. I like working on this. Let me see if this is on 14. Oh, this is on 14 count. This is on 14 count natural Aida from 123 Stitch. Here's the tag. I don't know. It doesn't say like company or whatever, but anyways, so there's that. Yeah, this is so cute. And I think this will be a finish this year, hopefully. I keep dropping everything. I wonder if this called for a 14 count Aida, because I never use 14 count. I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know why I'm doing it on 14 count. And I'm struggling to get this one back in the bag, so I will do it later. Okay. Alright, the next WIP is Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. There's the chart. This one is pretty big. This is a pretty big design. It is, let's see, what are the things? 261 by 180. And here it was at the beginning of 2021. And then here it is now. So I did this like whole row of houses and the tree this year, which I'm pretty sure I only worked on this like 4 or 5 days. So that's a good amount of progress for that amount of stitching time. But there is obviously a lot to go. But yeah, I think this is, I was gonna say cute, but I don't know if cute is the right word to describe a Halloween pattern. I don't know. Anyways, I really like this one. And this is on the called for, well, it's, okay, let me see. So I guess the called for is, says 40 count murky Newcastle linen by Picture This Plus, but I hadn't worked on linen at this point when I started this, and it was scary. So this is Aida. I think it's 18 count. No, it's definitely, maybe it's 16 count. I don't know, but it is still the called for, like as you can see. What am I trying to say? It's still murky by Picture This Plus, but it's Aida instead of linen. There we go. I think that makes sense. Let me see. Oh, it's 14 count. Interesting. I just found the tag for it. It's actually 14 count murky Aida, but it is Picture This Plus. So it's still kind of the called for. It's just Aida, not linen. So yeah, that took way too long to try to explain that. And I am using the called for Classic Colorworks. That's a mess, but I am using the called for Classic Colorworks for that. Which I'm pretty sure was the first project that I was using a different thread than DMC. Okay, so this next WIP is the last 2020 start. This one is more of a specialty stitches design, and it's from Etsy. When I was trying to like look this one up last time I filmed this video to get the cover picture, because I didn't print it out, I realized that this Etsy shop no longer exists, or it goes by a different name now, and they don't sell these kind of patterns anymore. There's still cross stitch patterns on the Etsy account, and I'm pretty sure it's the same like designer. They just go by a different name now, and they sell different types of patterns than they used to. But anyways, when I bought it, it was from Winding Stitches on Etsy, but I don't think it exists anymore. And this one was called Croft Gardens, so that is what it looks like. And I didn't work on this at all in 2021, so I won't put in like a before picture, but here it is. It's so nice. I love the colors. I love working on this, but at the same time, it does take a lot more concentration than other projects since I'm constantly having to like relook at the directions on how to do to the different stitches. But it is fun to work on, and I think it'll be really pretty when it's done. Okay, so now we're gonna get into my 2021 starts. This first one is actually a needlepoint design, and this one is Airing the Winter Quilts by Nancy's Needles. So here it is. So cute. So this is on like a canvas type thing. And here it is. So I've done all 3 of the quilts. And since this is a 2021 start, there is no before picture. But yeah, so that's what I've done on it so far. I think it's so cute. And there's also like one for each season. So this one's Airing the Winter Quilts. I believe there's one for spring, summer, and fall. So if I ever finish this one, then I will pick up another one of them. Okay, so this next one is the March Sampler of the Month pattern from Cottage Needleworks. Like I said, I have the tiniest start on this, and actually the picture that I have is really small and bad quality. So I'll put up a picture right here of what it will look like. The leprechauns are super cute. The little greenhouse and the flowers around it. But yeah, my start on this is so small. I just have a little tiny bit of the house started. And the called for fabric for this collection is 32 count beautiful beige linen. Here's the tag in case you want to see it. But yeah, from back here you can barely even see that, but yeah. And then also when I started the January one, I bought the thread to finish the entire year worth of patterns because I really thought I was going to keep up with it. So here's all of the threads that it called for all the way January through December's patterns. It's Classic Colorworks, and yeah, this should be all of the thread I need in order to finish them if I ever decide to get back to it, which I hope that I do. So okay, so the last WIP is another Heaven and Earth design. This one is Hidden Harbor by Andy Russell, and here's what it will look like when it is finished. There is no before picture since this is a 2021 start, so here it is. As you can see, I'm doing this on the diagonal using the parking method. I really like how this one's coming together. I love the colors in this. We pretty much only have the sky still. Yeah, but I do enjoy diagonal stitching because I like the way that the picture comes together. But I do feel like it's a lot slower than like for this one. I kind of just like was picking color and then doing a lot of it, which I feel like goes a lot faster, but I do enjoy the way that this one comes together. So I will continue to do this one like this. I don't know that I would do this method for future full coverage projects, but I do like it. So yeah. And let's see what Pattern Keeper says. So this one is 3.03% finished, and that's about 4,000 stitches out of 135,000 stitches. So here is what it looks like on Pattern Keeper. That's the little corner I've done, and that's all that I have left to do. So yeah, there's a bit to go on that one. Okay, I think that is everything I have today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to continue to see my progress this year. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good 2022. Bye.